I love watching a show called What Would You Do? It's the ultimate sociology experiment. Putting all these actors in public places to play out a scenario to see how people would react. It's really a lot of fun when something like wrong is played out before real people. Seeing how they react is not only entertaining, but many times it could really help restore your faith in humanity. There are times where it could be discouraging when you see people react in a way that you don't like. But from what I see on that show is that the majority of the time, people do the right thing. They help those in need, stand up for people, and do what's right. That's always a good thing to see, even if it is a setup. But the thing is, all those events that you see on What Will You Do are based on actual events. And believe me, nowadays, you see a lot more of those events because everybody has cameras now. You catch Karens on tape being all bad and stuff. And you catch people discriminating against others for the worst reasons imaginable. That's the nice thing about today. When people discriminate against others, they just can't get away with it anymore. Who isn't going to videotape that spectacle? It's a really sad thing, though, that people would discriminate against others and harass them for something as simple as a skin color, a religion, or a language. That's being unaccepting of the human species as a whole. I'm sure there aren't that many people that know that we human beings are 99.9% identical. We may look different in our eyes, but physically, biologically, we are the least different species compared to each other on the planet. And yet, people make such a big deal about things such as skin color, religion, language. It really is a shame. We'll never truly thrive as a species until we accept our differences. Our world is so big and so full of different people from many different places and with many different ways of life that of course there are going to be differences. And we're just going to have to accept that. Because there's nothing wrong with being different. Because everybody is different. No two people are exactly the same in the entire world. Only by accepting differences will we truly accept our own species. Luckily, there are plenty of people that accept everybody. But sadly, there are some that don't. And that's a really sad thing. Especially when it comes to America. Because when there are people who discriminate in America, there's nothing more wrong than that. Because America, the main point of America is that we're the freest country around. We are basically a country that represents the entire planet. A country composed of people from all over the world. We have more diversity than any other country in the world. That's why it doesn't make any sense for people from America to discriminate against anybody. Just not fair. It's making our country look bad. America is not all about white Christian people, no. It's about everybody in the entire world, whether it be black, Hispanic, Muslim, Asian, everybody. Because that's what America is all about. I know there are some people who would probably argue that wasn't what it was back in the founding fathers' day. Well, you know what? That was a long time ago. The country is better now. We're better now. We go far beyond anything that it was back then. We are so much better now. We're a country for the entire world. That's what it's always been meant to be. A place where everybody could be themselves without worry from anything. And it's so wrong when people from America would try to criticize people for being different. It just doesn't make any sense. That's not what this country is about. That's why it's always nice to see real civilians. And what would you do? Defend people in those discriminatory scenarios. Because it's nice to see people so accepting and protective of fellow human beings. Hatred is never worth it. It just corrupts and causes pain and misery, not just to the people around you, but to yourself as well. People would be much happier if they were accepting of other people. And if they didn't let their inner biases take control of them. Look past the discriminatory ways. Accept people for who they are. And that is when we will truly thrive as a species. We're all alive. We're all living creatures. It really is best that we treat everything and everyone with kindness. That's the best way for us to thrive.